Okay, so it's been a while since I've given anyone an update here on the 1968 Cougar. I bought this car back in June. It was actually a former movie car. They'd purchased it out of an estate back in 2015. The paperwork was a little screwy on it. It had a bunch of back fees. I took care of all that. I got the paperwork straightened out, so now it's plated, it's titled, it's insured and everything. So it's completely legal for the street. I did a lot of work to it, and now I've actually been driving. I've actually put about 250 miles on it so far. And I'm going to show you some of the things I did with it, and then I'm going to show you the Marti Report. Actually, I got a Marti Report on the car, so it shows, like, you know, basically how the car was optioned new, where it was sold new, and all that good stuff. And we're going to go over that, and we're going to talk more about this cool muscle car. All right, starting out on things I've done to it, obviously one of the major things I did, I actually bought brand new torque thrust wheels, and of course I got the BFG white letter tires for it. I left the center caps off. I think it kind of gives it like a cool look. It gives it like that race look, because when you were racing back in the day, even now, you have to take the caps off because it is a hazard for flying off. So I just left the caps off. Like, I think you'll agree, it looks more road race that way. I cleaned it up a little bit. I mean, there's not much you can really do. It does still need a lot of work. Going on the interior, I took the glove box off. Since basically I don't have the key to that lock. Since it was a movie car, I think they just replaced the ignition and got a trunk lock for it, just so they could use it. So I don't have a key for the glove box. I don't have a key for the door. So actually this week I'm removing that, and I'm going to try to see if I can get everything rekeyed, so I've actually got like a proper one set of 2 keys for this car as it's supposed to have, so I don't have like 4 keys if I just get keys made of everything. So we're going to check into that. So coming around the front, I'll show you some of the work we did under the hood. It's still got the original 302. I think it was rebuilt at one time. Get this guy open. And like I said before, someone had lost the original air cleaner, I'm guessing at the picture car place. Placed it with like a generic Summit one. Still had the original breather. I actually got a Ford Racing one off Amazon, since it had the little breather pipe that goes to the air cleaner. So of course, new thermostat housing, thermostat, water pump. Had to do the timing chain cover, since like one of the bolts was stripped out and busted off in it, and actually that was one of the solutions to it. Either way, the timing chain cover would have had to come off. Might as well put a new one on it. I've got the original one with like the Ford part numbers though. So I've got a new reproduction radiator. It's just like the original. I might upgrade to like a 3-row and maybe like a flex fan with a shroud, just to keep it cooler in the summertime. Of course, right now we're getting into winter, so that's not going to be an issue. Had to do the battery cables, since everything was kind of weird. Replaced the shocks. The shocks were like scary bad. Like, these bushings were completely gone on the old shocks. They weren't original shocks. They were an aftermarket one, but it looks like they've been on there for a very, very long time. And I got the nice KYB ones, so this car actually handles and rides really well now. This car actually tracks super straight, which is very nice. And overall, I've taken it on the freeway, and it's been doing pretty good. Like I said, I got it registered. Unfortunately, they would not let me keep the old black license plates, which actually I only had one of anyway. So I'm either gonna have to get some personalized black plates for it, or find a set and register them YOM. And we're gonna go into actually, I did find a door for it. I've got a door at my house for the car that some guy actually saw the car parked on the street and said, hey, I've got a door for that. So I wound up getting a really good deal on a door. So. All right, I actually got the deluxe Marti Report, which they mail to you. I guess it comes like framed. It's like the ones you always see, at the shows with all the rare Fords, all your really high dollar stuff. I figured I'd spring for it since it is a sunroof car. So we're gonna kind of look at what it says here. Wow, I don't know see where the sun is. Let's see. So of course, it's data plate information. So 68, built at Dearborn. XR-7 2-door hardtop, obviously that's what it is. 302 2-barrel, that still has the 302 2-barrel in it. Serial number, black leather seats, which it still has. Build date of March 1968. Chicago DSO. So this car was actually originally sold in the Chicago area, and we're gonna go more into that in a minute. 3.0 conventional rear axle, so no posi traction, and a C4 automatic, which it still has. This car was originally sold at 9 Fulton Motor Company in South Bend, Indiana. Now you're saying, Mike, this is a black plate California car. Why was it sold in South Bend, Indiana? Well, the number, it starts with a Z, the original the old black plate that was on it. So I'm guessing when this car was probably less than a year old, it wound up coming out to California from Indiana. That's about the only thing I could think of, because, and I'm guessing it's been out here since at least then. But kind of interesting. That was kind of a surprise to me that this car was sold new in Indiana, being as that it had the black license plate on it, and it actually was registered to that number before, so that, and it was not a YOM plate, so that was kind of interesting. So your vehicle is equipped with the following features. It says black vinyl roof, so which obviously it does. The sunroof, which, you know, that proves that this was actually a factory option sunroof car. E70 by 14 wide oval white sidewall tires, which obviously I've ditched the original wheels. The console, which obviously it still has the console. Power steering, which it has. Power disc brakes, which it has. AM radio, which it does not have. It actually has the Blaupunkt AM FM, if you saw it in the other video. So I'm guessing, I mean, that's a period era correct radio, so I'm guessing maybe when the car was purchased, they decided they wanted AM FM, and they had that Blaupunkt put in, or maybe it was a dealer installed option, since that's one of those things that would like be a dealer upcharge, would be to put a different stereo. And if you remember, like the old days, like a lot of dealers would do that. They would order them with like the base radio or nothing at all, do their own radio install. That way they got to make a little bit extra money on the radio. Tinted glass, which I'm sure it's all the original glass, and the door edge guards, which this one actually has one of the original door edge guards on the passenger side. On the driver's side, it's right where it would have got hit on the door, so that one's actually missing. So here's kind of the interesting part. It says your vehicle was one of 1750 with this paint code, 767 with the paint trim code, 16,134 with this engine transmission code, 2,000 ordered from this DSO from that sales office area, and it's one of 696 1968 Cougars built with a sunroof. So that's kind of like the one that really makes this sort of a rare car. That not too many were built with the sunroof, and most of the ones that were actually the Dan Gurney edition. So getting into that, I mean, it's really a cool car. Eventually I'm going to have to restore it. I mean, if it wasn't one of the sunroof cars, I'd probably just leave it the way it is and just be really happy with it. But since it's such a rare car and it's sort of a piece of Cougar history and Ford Motor Company history, I think eventually I'm just going to have to save my pennies, and eventually this thing's going to have to get treated to like a good restoration at some point. I'm going to leave the cool wheels on it though, since that's really only a bolt-on thing. Okay, so that's my update on the 1968 Mercury Cougar that I picked up back in June. If you like what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, be sure to leave a comment as to what you think I should do with this Mercury. I'm definitely going to hold on to it because it's pretty much a keeper. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.